Welcome, everyone. Turn this music down.
It's John's jam.
Oh, it was sounding good. That's some AI generated chill music right
There
there.
you go.
Welcome, everyone, to Hardin Local Weekly Podcast. I'm Phil Taul, and we're happy to have you here today. We got a fun episode for you today. We got the OG crew back from last week. As you may notice, we have a few people missing, but we are all good. Pull everybody up here. For those of you who don't know, this is the first time joining us. We're excited to have you. Thank you for being here. And yeah, you too, Tyler. Definitely. We got a special guest here. And I think you're all gonna be excited to hear what he has to say and about a event, pretty cool event they're bringing to E-Town in Hardin County this week. And we also have Russell Tucker coming to us saying need to come in and talk about our food truck nights and the food truck championship. Russell, you definitely do need to get with me or Jon O'Brien, because he does a lot of the event stuff, and either one of us, we can help you get that set up. So thank you for the comment, Russell.
That's March 28th, so hopefully maybe a little bit closer to that, but that's March 28th at the fairgrounds.
Is that when that is? Yeah, so maybe we could do that one middle of March sometime. Even the week before is usually the best time. But anyway, we have, like normal, John's here to do events, and Nate is here with your business news. We got Scott Lucas, my co-host, and I'm Phil. I'm Phil Taul, the creator of Hardin Local, and I'll be your primary host today, as Rachel is out again. But she'll be back next week, and she wanted to tell everybody that she misses us all, audience and host. So we look forward to having you back. Also, Britton and Michelle, they're out this week. Britton had to go to Lexington for a work thing for his church, and he said he'll be back next week for sure. He left me hanging on what local restaurant we're gonna video react to from one of his reviews. So that should be fun to get into next week. But before we get started, just want to remind everybody that we are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeart, and Apple Music. All those podcast platforms, you can find the links on hardinlocal.com. And I usually get the podcast version of this live stream up by Wednesday mornings. After I get everything edited, I put this full version out. It's a shortened version of what you're watching right now live. But it's edited and a little more put together. So, if you can't watch us live, really appreciate it if you subscribe to us on one of those podcast platforms. You can also find all our links at hardinlocal.com. We're on YouTube, and we're also on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. We're pretty much everywhere that you may be. So make sure you find us and follow us there and help support us, because it really does help us every time you follow us. Now, if you're watching us right now on Facebook, if you haven't followed our Facebook page, go ahead and hit follow and turn on those notifications on Facebook or YouTube, because we're streaming there, and on Instagram. Now, please also take a moment to say hi in the comments. And if you have any announcements, if you have anything that you'd like us to highlight on this podcast, just go ahead and drop it in the comments on Facebook or YouTube. If you're on Instagram, I may not see them because our chat program doesn't pull it all in. So, guys, if you have any shout outs to me, thinking about them. And at the end of the show, we'll give everybody opportunity to mention any shout outs you may have, or anything that, any comments or events or anything that we forgot. So a few quick announcements before we dive in. I know I've been hammering this one every week for the past couple months. Hardin Local election interviews. Registration is still open until the end of the month, and that is February 28th, which is in 4 days. We now have over half of everybody that had to register in January to run for office. So I think we have 32 people registered now. So if you're running for office and haven't registered yet, visit hardinlocal.com. Before that deadline, you go to hardinlocal.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom. It's near the bottom. It says Hardin Local Election, and you can sign up. It takes 30 seconds to register. And I also wanted to be transparent about a mistake I made in this whole thing. I wasn't applying the sign-up deadline consistently across all races. The fair and consistent approach is to base these registration deadlines on each race's own filing deadline. So I'll be updating that policy most of the local races and candidates had to file by January 9th, but there's a handful of races like mayor for E-Town, city council for E-Town, and a few other city positions where they don't have to actually file until June 2nd. So if you're one of those candidates that doesn't actually have to file until June 2nd to run for office, we'll give you 31 days after that deadline to sign up for a free Hardin local election interview. And let me be real clear about these interviews and what they are and what they are not. They are about you, the candidate, not your opponents. We'll focus on your platform and your story. We'll not be discussing your opposition in any way. The goal is simple: give our audience a chance to hear directly from the people on the ballot and make their own minds up. I think people are tired of being told how to think, and unbiased election coverage is what Hardin Local is all about and what we're here to do with these interviews.
Right.
Anyone else have any announcements? Scott, John, or Nate? I know Scott does.
I'm going to be doing an AI implementation workshop this Thursday via the Radcliffe Small Business Alliance. So if anybody's watching that's a member, you can come. For those of you, it is open to the public. I think it's only like $15 if you're not a member. But that's going to cover replay, provide some tools, be like a little bit of a workshop. So about 45 minutes, and it can be very helpful. So if you're using AI in your business or fixing to, or you probably want to refine some things, my day-to-day, a lot of DNX and tech already. So
yeah, that's great. And when is that? What day?
It's going to be Thursday at 6 p.m.
Thursday, this Thursday, 6 p.m. up at the which building in Radcliffe?
No, it's going to be virtual. So if anybody
virtual, okay.
There's a way to register, and I can send them a message.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we put that link on the Hardin Local on the link tree.
And I know you're doing
some
AI too there, Phil.
I am. I'm doing. I've created a new little side hustle company called People Are Better, and I think it's basically. I've been kicking around the idea of doing this for a while. I finally put it into effect where I use AI to save time, my time, and I think it works real well. There's some tasks that used to take me 8 hours that I can do in an hour now. So what I'm doing is I'm setting up like one-on-one coaching, and then I'll also have a group coaching session for people that are interested but can't afford the one-on-one sessions to get involved and work with a group of people just to learn how to use some of these AI tools that, everybody kind of knows how to use ChatGPT but I want to get a little deeper because you really do have to you got to get a little deeper to figure out how to actually save time effectively, because a lot of the time you'll just waste time with it. So yeah, I'll throw my link up there too. I'll have a little link that just kind of goes through, how much you know about AI. It's a form, and then kind of guide you through my thought process to see if I could even be of help to you. Because if I can't, I don't want to waste your time. And anyway, let's check on a couple of these comments here. David Mather said, "Good afternoon, folks." Good afternoon to you, David. Glad for you to be here. We also have Heather Cruz on YouTube. I love this. Thank you, Heather. We love that you love this too. Keep watching. And David just following up here saying he came in late. Did you miss? No, you have not missed Nate's business update. It'll probably, by the time we get to that, it'll probably be right around 1:30-ish, maybe a little after 1:30-ish.
Don't worry, people will complain about it later. It's all right.
Speaking of complaining, it's icebreaker time. And if you haven't watched our show every week, we like to do a little icebreaker. So we expect our audience, if you guys want to get involved, to drop comments about what you think. And but it's also an opportunity for you guys as an audience to get to know your hosts here. So here's our question for today. And I got some inspiration from a post Nate put out over the weekend. Yes. Yeah. So anyway, I think this is something that's fun and interesting to talk about. What is something you have seen someone post on Facebook that they would never say to the person's face? Don't name names. We're keeping it classy. Just give some examples of things that you've seen and on your Facebook or on your social media to where you're like, I meant that as a positive thing, and now it became negative. Because I think as us talking about this, I think it can help others think it through, because maybe some people are so negative they don't even realize they're being negative. Yeah. But anyway, I'll lead off because I'm taking the one from whenever we did that Club One East. We did the Club One East, and you wrote a great article. This is a long article, and that was one of our most. That was one of.
Apparently, it was one of those. As far as I was,
it was super long.
Shakespeare. I don't know.
Yeah, it was super long, and there were several people that made it clear they weren't happy about that. And I found that to be kind of happy. I mean, if it's sometimes you're better off keeping your thoughts to yourself. Yeah. And being positive. And we want to foster an environment of positivity here at Hardin Local. So, and maybe one of those ways we can do that is by shaming, people that are being negative, and in a healthy way. We're not gonna call you out by name.
This anyway, is just for those people. That's all it is. It's an intervention.
Well, I'm going to defend, but it's coincidental that you're on this show. But I'm going to defend your dad, Jeff Gregory, and JJ. And I mean, if Pine Grove got more stuff too, I'd be throwing Ogden in there too. But usually it's those two and the county itself. That this is going here. How dare they put that there? Like yes, like Keith is going around. I want that store at that location right here. Who cares who was looking at it? Who cares if they can afford it? Who cares if it's even zoned correctly? That's what I wanted right there. It's like the L&N Bank. How dare they put or Federal Credit Union? How dare they go there? They spent $1.4 billion to buy the land. Let them do what they want. If they meet code. All right. Why do we need it? Or the long-term residence hotels? Because the sports park people are staying outside the city. Why are we allowing this? Because we kind of need it. Why another gas station? Because Quick Trip wanted to come here. Why Dairy Queen? Because they got them, and I like blizzards. I don't know. I mean, for the love of God, people, just if it's not your business and it's not your money, why do you feel like entitled Edward and Chaos Karen and let us know? Oh, I won't be going there. Like this isn't an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just leave it alone. Shut up.
All right.
You said it, Nate.
There we go.
Better you than me.
I'm sure I'll get it. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I got your back,
it's
though.
Okay. It is okay. I've been doing Hardin Local on and off for almost 10 years now, and there's always going to be negativity, no matter what you say. We could call it Hardin Local derangement syndrome. Anyway, we'll move on from that.
We try to be positive. John highlights all the events that he can, and we can't do them all because there's just so many. We try to highlight and talk about them, not just, okay, this is coming on, but give a little bit of detail to them too. An event like this, the tattoo, not really my thing. I can get a fake one from he gives you a fake tattoo. I know you all love
a tattoo if it's fake. No.
But I think it's going to be cool for the event. I think it's going to be downtown. It's going to be awesome. Unfortunately, I will be on my way to Miami for my cruise. But I think it's going to be a great event for downtown. So we try to be positive about businesses that are coming, events that are coming. Stay away from the bad news. Stay away from arrests and DUIs and all that stuff. We leave that out. So
it could get us a lot of clicks.
We're still negative.
It could get us a lot of clicks. A lot of the stuff we leave out, like the crime stuff. But in this country, you're innocent until proven guilty. So I really have a hard time posting about anybody that's not gone to court yet. What about you, John? You got any thoughts on the matter?
I don't really have many on that. No, I ignore it and just go on. That's the way I do.
It's basically what you got to do. And I think as a result of all this, now I had a little thing I wrote up and then I had AI enhance it a little bit. So basically, let's see. I want to call this the chimichanga rule. And
interesting concept.
Because look, I love a good debate. I love a good debate. Debate is healthy. That's what Hardin Local is here for. We want people talking about what matters in the community, but there's a difference between having a take and just being mean behind a screen. If you wouldn't walk up to somebody at the Mexican restaurant and say it to their face while they're eating their chimichanga, maybe don't post it. That's the rule. The chimichanga rule. We're making it official.
Chimichanga.
All right.
I love it.
Enough of this. We'll stop hammering you guys. We love our audience. And, we're not talking to 90% of you guys. John, you ready to do events?
I am, yeah, of course. So we got something big starting at Social Food Hall today. It's the Family Tuesday at Social. So from 11 a.m. to 8:30, if you buy any food from any of the social vendors, Street Kitchen, Wasabi, or Maillard, you show that receipt to them at the Duck Pin Bowling. You get free 30 minutes of Duck Pin Bowling. So that's pretty cool. It's one per house, redemption one per family kind of thing. But should be something that drives some business over there and tries to kind of show people that there's other than food at social. Wednesday, we've got some cool things going on. There is the paint and plant workshop at the Blue Door at Hub House. So you can go over there, $30 for a seat, paint the pot, and then you plant something inside of it. Also, we have the Settle into Stillness Ensemble, the Roots and Wings Tour. It's a sound bath at the House on Helm from 6 to 7:30. Cost is $65 a person. A portion of those proceeds are going to go to benefit the Warm Blessings Community Kitchen. So a good cause right there. Thursday, we've got karaoke at BBT. Fun time. Jimmy's going to be here cranking out the tunes. If you're getting ready for a tattoo on Friday or Saturday or Sunday, come on out, sing a little bit, let it out, and then go enjoy that Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. There is the Connect Elizabethtown relaunch meeting on Friday at Shoney's from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. So that's the relaunch, right? The first time it's coming back. Are you guys familiar with that at all?
I'm not sure if I am. Connect Elizabethtown relaunch, Shoney's. What is that like a business to business thing?
Connect, yeah, business to business thing, kind of getting connected.
It's like like a lead type connection group. Yeah, I've actually seen them promote that, and I think I know a couple of people that go to that. So I've heard good things.
So a good thing there. And again, it is Lenten season, so we've got fish fries. There's the FAC fish fry at 408 Nicholas Street. $12 a plate, fish sandwich or fish only. 2 sides and a dessert for $12. That's a great deal, but it is cash or check only. So don't bring that plastic. Don't bring that tap pay. It's not going to work. You got to have something that folds. All right. Ryan Brashear's checks fold. I mean, they do fold. Yeah, anything that folds.
I don't even know who uses checks anymore, but I know some people still doing business.
So it's funny. I still have checks and then they're old checks, but I have Duke on them because I always wanted to upset UK people, and I would hope they wouldn't take my check. So I would write it on this Duke check, and I'd hand it to them. I was like, hey, that's what you get. And they just wouldn't take it. So I didn't have to pay a lot of fees because they wouldn't take my checks. So Ryan Brashear is going to be playing at Social Food Hall on Friday. That's going to be a good time at 6 p.m. So go check that out. The Flavor Connection Chef's Table up at the Clean Eats Cooking Studio is 6 to 8 p.m. It's cost $125 per person. You're going to learn how to do a 4-course meal, which is really nice, and then you get to eat it afterwards. So that's kind of like you're paying to learn and eat. So it's a win-win, right?
It is.
The ultimate
Heather likes
door
checks. She's old school.
Yeah.
Just so you know, Heather.
There you go. Yeah. You got to write. Every once in a while, I'll see somebody at Kroger or at Priceless. They're writing out that check. A lot of times groceries. People buy groceries with checks. Yeah, the Ultimate Doors tribute band will be at State Theater on Friday at 7 p.m. There will be John Langley playing at Bird Barrel Tavern at All Request Show again. So if you got something that you want him to sing, tell him you want to hear it, and he will play it.
Free bird.
There you go. He'll play it. Nice. 21 and up, as always, here at Bird Barrel Tavern. It's a great time. Come on out. If you've got a tattoo, come out and enjoy that beautiful music. Abby's.
Free drink?
What's that?
They have a tattoo. Do they get a free drink?
I would say no, because you can't give any free alcohol out. Also, I would not advise drinking much alcohol after a tattoo because thins the blood out a little bit. I mean, Tyler can talk to us about that a little bit as well. But yeah, that's not advised, I don't think. The Abbey Squad Blood Drive is 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday morning. It's at the Living Faith Baptist Fellowship Sanctuary. Sign up at the redcross.org, redcrossblood.org. Sponsor code is Abby's Squad. Also, anybody that donates gets entered into a door prize. Crusade for Chillin' Chili Supper and Auction at the Upton Fire and Rescue is going to be 5 to 7 p.m. Where is it at? At the Upton Fire Department. Donations only. So go in there, get you a nice bowl of chili, donate what you can, and give to a good cause. Proceeds go to the Crusade for Children. There is also a Texas Hold'em poker tournament this weekend at the American Legion, 5:30. Play begins at 6. $50 buy-in, you get $8,000 worth of chips. Add-ins and rebuys are available. So if you kind of bust, you can kind of come back in if you got a little extra scratch.
Is the Beyonce song in the background the entire time?
I don't know if it is or not. And I'm confused on that because I don't know that joke.
There's a Texas. She has a Texas Hold'em country song that she was like nominated for.
Gotcha. See, that one missed me.
Can anybody go to that Texas Hold'em tournament at the American Legion, or is it just for members?
Anyone that's 18 and above, I believe you got to be at least 18 to gamble, right? So I think it's 18 and above. I think that's what it is.
It is.
Okay.
But yeah, you don't have to be a member. You can head on out there. There is a father-daughter sweetheart dance at Let's Dance Studio, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. It's $20 a couple. Includes the music, dancing, raffle, food and drinks, photo pictures, and everything like that. You can get the tickets at the studio or go online, and there's a QR code that you can scan. Central Hardin Baseball 2026 first pitch dinner and auction, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's a online auction, I believe, as well. You can go on there if you don't go in person, buy tickets, and donate. There is some other great live music going on this weekend. Ripped Pitino at Flywheel. I know that a lot of people like that name. It's a fun name. They're going to be playing there at 7 p.m. They played a couple years ago there, and it was a really good show. And it's always a good fun time. They kind of set up outside at Flywheel, have the whole parking lot, able to hang out. Hubcups kind of help you kind of move around in the parking lot where you don't have to stay in the confines of their property during that time, which is nice.
Didn't they play a cathedral last summer too, or they were supposed to? At the cathedral at Freeman Lake?
I don't remember if they did or not.
I think they were supposed to, but that would have been a nice area to watch.
It's supposed to be like 70 degrees Saturday too, and sunny.
Yeah.
So
get out.
Should be a good day.
Great day to get out. That's right. Also, we got Casey and Romy at Bourbon Barrel Tavern Saturday night. They're returning. They're going to be playing loud, and you should come check them out if you're 21 and up. Sunday, we got a couple things. Packed Sunday, the Cecilia Valley PTO movie day. So if you want to watch a movie, they've got The Bad Guys 2. Tickets are $5 at Crown Point Theater. Ticket sales benefit that PTA. So if you want to kind of contribute to that PTA without necessarily just giving it straight to them and enjoying something, you can go watch that movie. The Ladies' Day Out. It's going to be a sip and craft at the J&H Farm and Winery. So you go out there and you paint your little wine glass and then you sip out of one. I say you probably drink out of one and you paint the other one. I don't think painting one while you try to drink out of it probably would be difficult. Possible, but difficult, I would say. And then after you've enjoyed that Rip Pitino, there's a poetry open mic over at Flywheel, 3:45 to 6 p.m. on Sunday.
Nice. Solid week. Something for everybody, it sounds like.
Got a lot going on for sure.
I reposted it on my Facebook page, but there's at least 7, including Bourbon Barrel and Cosmic, having back-to-back nights of music. But there's at least 7 different places in E-Town, and 6 in E-Town, 1 in Vine Grove, having live music this weekend. That may be a record for us, and it also shows just how far we've come as far as offering entertainment.
It's going to be a nice day. It's going to be a nice weekend of weather too. I think everybody's ready for it, right? Oh, yeah. I know I am. Nice weather.
I definitely am. It's been cold these last few mornings jogging. I tell you what, I've had 2 more frozen beards just this week. That's 2 more than I wanted. I've had 1. I don't need any more frozen beards, but I had 2 this week.
How's it going? The Hard 75. We might as well create a segment while you're doing it, you know.
That's true. I mean, so we're day 24 right now, and down 24 pounds in 3 weeks. So
Wow.
not too bad. Not too bad.
Good job. Good job. And that kind of fits with this comment from my mom. If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. From our earlier conversation. I agree. From Thumper, the 1942 version of Bambi. And then Russell, before we get done and move on to special guest event segment, I wanted to bring this one up. Russell said starting next week at 2. Peterson Drive Tuesdays, 5 to 8. I wonder what that at 2 means. Starting next week at 200. At 200 Peterson Drive. That's the address. Tuesdays 5 to 8 p.m. and Thursdays 5 to 8 p.m. I guess at Phillips Grove, 4 to 7 p.m. Or am I reading that wrong? I swear I probably confused everybody listening to me read that comment.
I think it's Peterson Drive on Tuesday and Thursday, and Tuesday at Phillips Grove.
There you go. It was formatted weird on my screen. Now I see that. And we got another woohoo. Good job. All righty. Yes, thank you, Mother. Keith and Megan Taul. If you ever see that one, it's always Megan. It's never Keith. Anyway. John, before we move on, you've got a special guest who's going to be telling us about one of the biggest things happening in downtown Elizabethtown this weekend. Before you take it away, I'm going to let us all watch his quick promo video because I thought it was real good and worth watching.
Hey, it's your boy Tyler from Triple Crown Tattoos here at the Haycraft in Elizabethtown, where we're having the E-Town Tattoo and Food Festival featuring over 70 artists from around the country, including some of your local favorites from Blackheart Tattoo Company, Love and Devotion, Sacred Eagle, and Secret Lotus. We'll have a variety of food trucks and local vendors, including local favorites, The Gathering Bakery. At the E-Town Tattoo and Food Festival happening February 27th through March 1st at Haycraft in Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
All right.
Nice.
That was a good one. I like that video.
Thank you.
Hey, Christy.
Nice.
Good to see you. Good to see you, Christy Gordon. Great to see you. She just got engaged. Happy getting engaged, Christy.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. Yeah. Haven't seen her in a while, but that's awesome.
Over the past weekend, I think.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty cool
Very
stuff.
nice. Very nice. All right, Tyler. So let's get this going. How did this get all started, and what kind of vibe are you feeling for this festival?
All right, so the company Triple Crown Tattoos, we hold about 5 conventions or expos throughout the country. We've got 3 here in Kentucky, 1 in E-Town. This is going to be our first year. We've got Lexington. We're going into our 3rd year on that one. We've got Bowling Green, which will be our 2nd year in May. And then we also have Evansville, Indiana, and then 1 in Hawaii. But we really wanted to bring something that kind of brought a new event to the community that we lived in and kind of showcased and, spotlighted a lot of the local artists that are around here. The vibe that we always like to keep is high energy, welcoming. Anybody can come on in, it's a very non-intimidating atmosphere.
Glad to hear that. Yeah. And I've been to tattoo conventions before, and I've been to food kind of conventions before. What brought those two together for you all here, and why does that make sense for us here in E-Town?
So this is kind of a new thing that we're trying out with this place, is kind of bringing the food trucks in. I think that's a good thing that, even if you're not into tattoos, the food trucks kind of, bring you in, and then maybe, you come on in, check out, maybe you might get your first tattoo,
That's great. You always want to have a little food on the belly. That's always important. So having that close by, I think that's super important. So pricing, we've got $20 for 1 day, 30 for 2, and 3 for 50. Is that correct?
Yep. That's it. You'll do a $10 tier off for the multiple days that you go. And I find that a lot of people, when they go like the first day, they think, oh, I'm just going to buy 1 day. And then they end up maybe seeing something they wanting to come back, schedule something. So it's always good I think a 2-day at least is a good pass, but the full weekend is a good value.
Nice. And are kids welcome to this festival?
Yes, of course. Yeah. Family is welcome. You do have to be 18 to be tattooed. but we always welcome family, friends, everyone. Like I said, this is a very everyone's invited. It's a great place for anybody from any walk of life can meet.
Nice. So does each day have something different to offer, or each day going to have something like the same that they can pick and choose a day, or should they just go ahead and knock out that 3-day pass?
I would say knock out the 3-day pass because, we're going to have different types of tattoo competitions every day. That's a nice thing to see. The food trucks will be there every day. And it's just kind of a high energy environment from first start,
What's an example of these the competitions you were talking about? That sounds like a little more entertainment added to it. People might like to hear about that.
Yeah, that's it's always one of my favorite things. Just kind of seeing, so all the artists that are in attendance can enter either fresh or healed pieces depending on the category, and we've got a long list of categories now. Go up against one, we'll have them judge, and whoever gets a nice little plaque, and just the knowing that they did the best tattoo of that category. But it's really a good way to just kind of showcase everyone.
Very nice. So kind of a combined thing. Tickets, can we get those online before, at the door? And also, do we need to have an appointment with one of these artists beforehand, or can we kind of get one that somebody's available and get tattooed that day?
So that's the beauty of this. Tickets are at the door only, but you can walk in that day, get tattooed that day. You can make appointments. I always say that if you find one of the artists that's posted that you like their work, it's better to try to schedule an appointment with them before the convention, just so you know that you're getting in. But there's going to be a number of artists that are going to be taking walk-ups. They'll have flash pieces on the table pre-drawn. Maybe you'll see something that you weren't thinking of before that you're like, man, I got to have that one.
Very cool. So you got some local and regional artists coming in. Who's the most interesting or farthest traveler, and who's the localist, closest one to the event space downtown?
So we've got, it's probably around 70% is local or regional. I think the farthest artist is from Hawaii. But really the ones that I want to spotlight are the local shops that are coming. We've got Blackheart Tattoo Company, which are sponsoring the event. We've got Love and Devotion Historic Tattoo, Baldy's, Sacred Eagle, the Pink Toadstool, Secret Lotus. Those are really the ones that I want to spotlight because I love just the community around here. I'm native born here in Hardin County, so I always like to bring all of them together.
That's great. So how did you all kind of choose and pick the food trucks and vendors that's going to be coming in, and what kind of things can we look forward to as far as diversity with that?
So with the food trucks and vendors, we wanted to keep a kind of little variety, not too much of the same thing. One of the ones that I'm kind of excited for is the Primal Craft Dogs. They've got craft hot dogs. Those are sounding pretty good just by the pictures, but I mean, every one of the food trucks that we've got, I would personally eat at. Vendor wise, we've got a guy that sells oddities. He actually makes our trophies. He's got all kinds of wet and dry specimens. His booth is called Let's Bug Out, and he's got a wide variety of stuff. If you couldn't have made it to the Oddities Expo up in Louisville earlier this month, this is definitely a chance to kind of scratch that itch.
That's good to hear. Definitely. So big picture, what are you guys hoping this weekend does for downtown and the local businesses around downtown?
I'm really hoping that we make this a yearly thing, just kind of like a established event in the community. Like I said, I was born here in Hardin County. I love to see how much the progression there's been of that downtown entertainment district, and I want to keep that going. I hope that this kind of gets everybody walking around. I know it's going to be a beautiful weekend, patronizing some of the local businesses while you're out there, maybe waiting on your appointment. But really, it's just like I want to spotlight this area for the artists that come out of town because I love this area. As much as I've traveled, I always love coming back.
All right. Couple more questions. Hub cups. We talked about alcohol, how that's not necessarily good after a tattoo. But if somebody's not getting a tattoo, they're not getting a tattoo, and they want to come enjoy what's going on, our Hubcup's going to be allowed in the event space.
As far as I know it's in that district. So as far as I know, you're good to go. If you want to drink one drink before a tattoo, I wouldn't say get too many, but everybody needs a little bit of liquid courage, sometimes.
Very nice, very nice. All right, you got 15 seconds. Somebody's on the fence to going. You got to convince them. What do we got?
All right, so this is an event for anybody. If you don't like tattoos, if you just like the art, come on down. Like I said, this is a great meeting spot for everybody from all walks of life. Whether you're getting something tattooed that's super meaningful or just something that's silly, even if you're on the fence about that first one, it'll mean something to you at some point in your life.
Nice. Well, I appreciate you coming on. Everybody does, I believe. It's great to talk to you about this event.
Did we cover the hours for each day? Like when you're going to have what time does the event go?
So Friday will be 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. and then Saturday and Sunday will be 11 a.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys for having me on.
Yeah. We definitely thank you. And this is going to be at the Haycraft, guys. So, it's one of those really cool multi-purpose spaces downtown that if you haven't gone to an event there yet, you should definitely make this your first one. I think it's something unique, support local artists. And like he said, even if you're not into tattoos, I'm sure it'll be interesting times and good conversations. So go check it out. Where can people find more info on this? Do you guys have a Facebook page for the event or anything like that?
You can go to our Facebook or Instagram at E-Town Tattoo and Food Festival.
All right. I'll make sure to link that to hardinlocal.com later after we're done. Audience, if you're going this weekend, drop it in the comments. We want to know. And also, I'll put out like a standalone of this interview and we'll stick that out there too. So make sure you get a supporter, a local tattoo artist in the area, or just this type of event. Make sure you share that video once I do put it out. So anyway, great stuff. Before we shift to business news, wanted to thank you for coming on, Tyler. And
Thank you so much.
You can feel free to stay with us, but I'm sure you're busy. So you can feel free to drop off now, and we'll see you this weekend.
All right. Thank y'all again.
Have a good one. All right. Business news, David Mather. We're definitely starting business news. And he just said a reasonably priced 3-day event, right?
I think so. I'm running a tattoo guy.
Yeah. And is there a Facebook page for the event? Yes. That's where I'll get it. I'll get the link added. Or if Scott, if you can find that link and post it in the comments for people, that'd be good.
I just posted it in the comments there, Phil.
Oh, did you? Okay, cool. And yeah, so it's linked. It just got linked on the comments, David, so you can find that there. I'll be there and probably 2 of my adult children also. Great, dude. Thank you for that. All right. It is business news time. Nate, let's shift over. You ready?
As we'll call it from now on. Brian's Business Buzz. Starting off on the south side, because that's where I live. I actually could walk here, but it'd be a nice long walk without sidewalks. But Sullivan's Business Park is going in at 207 East Dixie. If you don't know where that's at, you know where America's Best Value is. It's that spot between America's Best Value and the I-65 overpass. It's been empty for... John, do you ever remember anything ever being there? I mean, I think it might have been empty for like 40 years. I don't remember anything being there. So that's going on. It's going to be 2 buildings, matching 1 stories. They have not named tenants, but it's he's had building complexes before. What we call the old Nolan RECC. We're out near Yokefellow is one of those. It's Stuart and Renee Sullivan are doing this, and they've had all sorts of downtown stuff before. I think I like the design. Looks like parking's gonna be neat. You'll be able to see stuff from the road. And my guess is they'll make space for other small businesses to come in and rent or lease or whatever. But that'll help because it's one of at least 4 South Side things going on that have been announced for the South Side for 2026. I have a feeling some more on the way. So South Side is looking very up. Next to a place that's near and dear to my heart. I think probably all of us have went to Movie Palace at one point or another. My dad actually helped build it when he was still with Edwards Construction. The interior has been leveled. You can kind of maybe sort of see it if you go park at the car dealership next to it and look through the big building. But yeah, it's the stairs, the stadium seating, it's all gone. It's been leveled out. It has been cemented, concrete, whatever you want to call it. I do believe, I can't confirm it because they haven't said it yet, but I would be shocked if it's not Big Sandy Superstore furniture. The reason I say this is that Big Sandy has told me twice that they are coming and they plan to be open by the end of 2026, which pretty much means a new building is out of the question. Also, just the fact that there aren't many big box superstores left. Joann was not big enough for them. Bargain Hunt was not big enough for them. So that pretty much leaves Movie Palace. I mean, I think we kind of agree that I don't know if there's anywhere else in E-Town that they could possibly go. But as far as big box openings, there isn't one. And the mall isn't they don't have any big box openings like that either. I think they're all spoken for. So I believe Big Sandy Furniture is coming there. And they're coming there. So I think that'll be good. They have a healthy respect from Ohio people, from Eastern Kentucky people. They're very well respected. And these stores are huge. I mean, it's going to dwarf some of the stores that we've had in E-Town and Radcliffe. So I'm excited for it. I know that people are always looking for new furniture, new couches, new comfy things to watch their 100-inch TVs in. So Big Sandy has confirmed, the location has not. But if it's not Big Sandy, I don't know why somebody's spending all this money to not do it. Going up to Scott's neck of the woods, Radcliffe, lots of stuff. We talked about General Pho. We're calling Pho. General Pho.
Yeah.
Pho.
That's right.
General Pho, Vietnamese, is going across from the movie theater. Wingstop is going next to with liquor. There's a side issue there. People thought I AI'd it and got. It was a big thing. People saw it. I know people saw it. I had a graduate, someone from Magistrate let me know. I had somebody who's a business owner at Radcliffe let me know. I had somebody who's a manager of an E-Town restaurant said that they drove by there personally, saw the sign, drove by the business, saw that there's hood vents. And I heard about this rumor in October. So the fact that the sign went up, it went down. I don't think anything by it. I mean, that building is old. So I could assume that maybe they put up and realized, hey, we don't have the right brace, we don't have the right screws. You don't want a Denny's thing happening, but that's the worst thing you could do. And it also could be because E-Town and Radcliffe do have different sign ordinances that they put it up and then somebody went, yeah, hold that thought. So it could be one of those issues. I mean, just because it went up and then came down the same day doesn't mean, okay, they're completely gone. You lied. It's AI. No, there could be various issues. I'm still working on it. I may end up going to the City Hall myself in Radcliffe and looking it up. I have reached out to Wingstop for confirmation, but I'm pretty sure they're going there. The sign was there. People did see it. So it was there. But Dairy Queen, too. It was rumored for a while. I missed it at first. I drove up all the way to Ansar Plaza and didn't even look up. That's where it was. It was on the digital screen, not on a street sign or nylon sign, but it was on the digital screen. I missed it the entire time. I had to drive back up to Radcliffe just to get it again. But if you go there, it says that Dairy Queen is coming to Ansar Plaza. Which is where Dunkin' is. It's got the nice light out there, plenty of parking. So Dairy Queen will be going there. So people won't have to drive to E-Town for their blizzards. So
that's good.
Didn't
we see something about the Boys and Girls Club coming to Radcliffe too?
That just opened. Boys and Girls Club just opened in Radcliffe as well, which that had been talked about. So they had their grand opening last week. I'm pretty sure this month. I can't remember the exact day, but yeah, it was this month.
That is stacking up there. Which one are y'all most excited about up there?
But I'm not a Vietnamese. I am trying to branch out on my food, so I will give it a shot. Obviously, I've been to Dairy Queen before. I've been to Wingstop before, so I will give General Pho at least a shot. Maybe I'll find something chicken related I can eat because I'm not a spicy person. But
I love spicy.
But I do like my small businesses. If I go somewhere with family or friends, we're always eating the local small business. I mean, there are times, yes, I love Roadhouse, and obviously half of E-Town does too because it's the busiest Roadhouse in the world, apparently. I do like Donato's Pizza and places like that, but I think there's something to be said for the local independent business owner. And he said it's actually going to see quite a few, and the interest is going to be in the back. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, me too.
The other
And
day,
that Boys and Girls Club video I watched earlier, that's exciting. That especially for Radcliffe to get something like that. That's a big deal, I think.
yeah, I think so. I think it's something we haven't had anywhere in this county that I can remember, and I think it fills a need, it fills a void. I think people are going to, and obviously I think people are going to make use of it. So I think it's going to be great. Update number 4 is what I did right before I saw Scott's son, Horton Hero Who in the musical. So right before I went to John Hart, who I know you heard one. They're real small, but every person matters, Scott.
That's right. Tallest is the tallest.
On the way to Starlight Center, we had some time because dinner ran quickly. So I said, what are we going to do? I said, well, Boot Barn's open. Courtney's like, you're serious? I said, yeah, pretty much. So we drove parked at Boot Barn, walked around, took some pictures. If you go on my Facebook page, there's a photo gallery there. I didn't really focus on the boots because there's I don't know, 30,000. Like it's a ton of boots. They have boots, so I didn't focus on the boots because they have boots. I want to focus on something you don't really think of, like belts and work shirts and work boots and all sorts of stuff. If you want bedazzled boots, they have bedazzled boots. I kind of highlighted those too. But I walked in and somebody said, "Are you that Facebook guy?"
So no, on this clone.
No.
Yeah. So it was cool to make their day. Thank you so much for coming out there and highlighting them. And that post went viral fairly quickly.
That's great.
Red. I think that black kind of blends in a little bit. I wish the sign was red instead of black, but that's just it's very nice in there. There's lots of places you can pose with. I love the antler works that they have going on, the firewood stuff. I love the smell. I love the design.
Does it smell like leather yet? Has it been the boots been in there long enough?
That well, it definitely smells like leather. You can't tell it was Gabe's at all. They did a complete overhaul. They did a great job there.
I need to go in there this weekend when I'm down in E-Town. I need a new pair of boots. I'm wearing my old ones now.
Like if you want a belt buckle that shines, that can brag to people, they've got several. They've got Miranda Lambert stuff. They got Brad Paisley's brand of T-shirts. I think Taylor might have one in there too. I can't remember. But they have all sorts of branding stuff. If they have it, I think Luke Combs had some stuff in there. So they all sorts of stuff. Jeans. If you just need a new pair of jeans, they got plenty. I think Wrangler has its own wall. But some sad news too. Martha Clark. That last name sounds familiar, because it is Clark Jewelers, around E-Town for longer than I've been alive. She passed away late last week. 100. That is a nice long life, well lived.
Yeah.
I know that Clark Jewelers is lots of people got wedding rings, engagement rings, maybe even graduation rings originally from there. I don't know. Yeah. But obviously it's a brand that holds a lot of respect and value to this community. They were closed, obviously, for the morning. They will reopen Thursday. We pass along our condolences to the Clark family and the workers, and because it's all it's
Clark
tough.
Jewelers been a cornerstone of the community for so long. That's our thoughts are definitely with the family, our family. 100 years though, that's got to be something.
I don't think I'll make it that long, but if I do, it'll be awesome. But people that live that long and see as much as they did and been through as much as they did and survived as much as they did, kudos to them.
Definitely. Good stuff, Nate. Was there anything else that wasn't on the agenda that you were trying to add in before we wrap up?
I guess we'll add it now because I will not be here next week. We could try. I will be somewhere in the Caribbean on Tuesday, somewhere between Perfect Day, Coco Cay, and Jamaica. Grand Cayman.
Great.
Somewhere over there. Anyway, that's where I will be. So if I could go live on my Wi-Fi, we will try, but I'm not holding out hope. Because I didn't pay for the great Wi-Fi package. But found out just today, the unnamed coffee place in front of Publix has a name. The Human Bean, Bean. They have 2 Lexington locations and 1 in Radcliffe. I have posted about it. They have energy drinks as well, or not energy drinks, but other drinks as well for their ice brew.
Are they going to have Soylent Green? Is my question.
I will have to check their Facebook. I do not know. but it wasn't really a brand I was familiar with before. I mean, I may have seen it in Lexington when I drove by and didn't think anything about it. Barely they started in Oregon, so they're meeting with. They were on the agenda to meet with a planning tonight. Phil saw it on the list. 101 Hilversum Way, which I had to figure out where that was because that's not on any Google does not have Hilversum yet. So Hilversum will be the road that goes behind the outlots at Publix. It's not even on the Publix list. Obviously, the outlots will face Ring Road. The coffee shop will be the first one once you get past Publix. So I guess, well, actually that way. So it'll be the shops. If you come in off Pear Orchard, you'll see the shops. You'll see Publix, and you'll drive around. And the first of the four will be the coffee place. The one on the opposite end, spot 4, has also been accounted for. They have not announced who it is yet. They have not revealed who it is yet. But when we put out the plans several months ago on the show, it showed, I think, that the corner spot was accounted for. So that would be when you're coming from the E-Town Swim side, that would be that one, and then the coffee shop will be the 4th. So, but they're meeting with them tonight. It's about a half acre property that they're building in. I don't know the specs of the building yet. Those won't be released until they release the minutes afterward, or unless somebody goes tonight. But the Planning Commission does meet tonight at 6 at Pritchard, I believe, and then also the Yoon property, which had been talked about. I think they originally tried to put 2 hotels there. John and I know where we grew up playing tennis at University Drive. It's that big house across from University Drive tennis courts. They're trying to rezone it again for R6 and C3. There's a sign out there, so that rezoning request will be met tonight. But I'm pretty sure R6 and C3 means Airbnbs. That's how the new zoning has worked. So my guess is that's where they're going with that, because I don't think C3 would be a hotel, but it would be, but it would cover short-term rentals. So in order to be a short-term rental now in E-Town, you got to be R6 or C3. And then also State Bridge is back on the docket tonight. They had some changes. They are coming basically right across from the movie theater, Crown Point. That's where State Bridge will be going. They were announced in 2025. So anytime you have a change, especially a major change, you got to go back in front of zoning, make sure it's still okay. But that's where they're going, and they're on the docket as well. So Planning Commission.
And that is at Pritchard at 6 p.m. That's the E-Town Planning Commission meeting tonight.
Yeah, they don't meet every week. Sometimes they meet a couple weeks without meeting because they have to have something to make it worth their time. So that's tonight as well. So that's all I got.
All right. Well, let me wrap up. I think we already kind of covered all the comments. Christy said thanks, and I'll shout Christy Gordon out again, just who's just got engaged. Congratulations for that engagement, Christy. Let's do some shout outs real quick. At the top of the show, I asked if anybody had shout outs, and for the host or for anybody in the audience. I don't think we got a ton of shout outs. I have one. I have one that's a belated birthday shout out to John Potts Jr. His birthday was yesterday. So happy birthday, John, or Junior. And huge thanks to you and to your family, the Potts family, for everything you've done to help build up this community from Hardin County Honda to Cosmic Cult. We appreciate you guys and hope you had a real happy birthday yesterday.
I'm still waiting on their big news. They teased something. I don't know if he's told you, but they teased Cosmic Golf's got something big coming up. I don't know what it is. I haven't talked to John or Jeremy yet. But I'm going to see what they do. Also, I did forget one. I made a post earlier about 20 minutes ago. I was not drunk on potato vodka when I made this post. And you see the post, like, man, Nate, this doesn't look like you. The Family Scholar House, which if you don't know, they are based at ECTC, the AT building, which is where we hosted where I hosted our dinner, it's near there. The Academic and Technical Building, I think I believe is what it's called. It's basically right in the middle of campus. But they had a surplus of 4,000 pounds of potatoes that they're trying to get rid of before they have to throw them away. I do not know if you have to pay. I do not know how long they're going to be there. So if you want free potatoes, or hopefully free, you may want to get out to the college and go see the ATB building. But obviously that would not be good if they had to waste that many potatoes. So I made a post about kind of like Bubba Gump. You can fry them, you can boil them, you can
mash them.
Yep. You can
Chicken
chicken
stew.
Yep.
Potato soup,
potato salad,
second
soup.
baked potatoes. I mean, there's so many delicious dishes with potatoes. My kid is on potato cake lately. He loves eating potatoes, mashed potatoes.
So if you want potatoes, go out there and talk to them and see what you can do. If
Yeah.
they do charge, I am sorry. I do not. They did not give me a time. They did not give me prices. They just said, help us find these homes. So I'm trying to find potatoes homes. It's not something I thought would be on my 2026 bingo board, but here I am.
Well, great, everyone. I don't see a whole lot of other comments to highlight. So, I do want to make a point to let you guys know, especially the audience, that, you can comment on our posts during our live stream, and we do our darndest to put them up as long as they're appropriate, and mention them and even maybe discuss them if it's something that needs discussed. So that's a perk in coming Tuesday afternoons at 1 and watching us live. Now, if you're not watching us live right now, we appreciate you for watching the video, because you can always watch it later. We have it on the podcast platforms, which that'll be live sometime before 8 or 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, if not tonight, on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeart. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, subscribe on YouTube, and follow us on Facebook. Then just to summarize, election interview registration for anybody that had to register for office in January. You got until the end of the month to register. Visit hardinlocal.com to find that out. Now, if you are running for office and your deadline's not until in June, then you have until July, like 3rd or 4th, to sign up. So Scott, John, Nate, great show today. Thank you guys for gathering information and helping me get the agenda put together. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do a very good job of putting all this information in an organized manner, because you guys kind of give it to me, I organize it for us, and I really appreciate everything you guys do. And we thank you, David. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah. Thank you, David. Yeah. Subscribe, share, and comment. 100%. You can scan the barcode up here too. We have it up on all our videos for the most part, unless we can't fit it there because we got.
It looks like a black box on mine.
Yeah, definitely.
We also have the Hardin local group, so you can all go in there. We share the same information. Your community feedback's important. Welcome. So go in there and
do that. Yeah. And then also we have the Facebook channel, which is like a one-way messenger. And I only send like 2 or 3 messages a week. It's usually to remind people to come watch live. And if we have any big announcements we want to get out, there's about 400 or 500 people in that group of just like where you message. If you need to find a link to that, you can go to hardinlocal.com, scroll down to our Hardin Local checklist. It has all the links, the Hardin Local Facebook channel, the group, all of it. And so anyway, thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for being part of Hardin Local community. We'll see you next Tuesday, 1 p.m. Until then, support local, stay connected, and enjoy everything happening right here in Hardin County. And maybe if you go over to Nate's Facebook page, provide a little extra positivity.
Yes, be kind. Be kind. Be nice.
Don't say anything. Be nice. Don't rip
just
remember, please stop.
Just remember, people will give you the same energy back that you give them. Just think about that.
And we'll quote Bambi again from my mom, Megan Taul. If you can't say something nice.
I love that movie.
Don't say nothing at all. Thumper. Have a great week, everybody.
All right, peace out.